Well, Wall Street again succumbed to disheartening news from major companies yesterday, but it kind of recovered a little bit of that ground towards the close. If you take a look at today's futures, not looking very good as well. And joining us to talk about it is the president and co-founder of Flynn Zito Capital Management, Doug Flynn. Here's a look at futures, Doug. Again, we're just kind of following these. We haven't seen declines of 2% across the board, at least at this time in the morning, for, I would say, a couple weeks now.
Yeah. Well, we had a period of extreme volatility, and then it did settle down a little bit. But you know, the futures are just that. It's the initial trade at the opening of the day. So if you wake up and you see these kinds of things, you might make a different trade and want to get out of the market.
And what is it making you feel like doing this morning?
Well, we always focus on the long term. So if in the short term, we're not trying to trade. I mean, you might do some short-term trading things of if you're in the range of a market range, you might do some things. But you know, if you're trying to get in, you want to get in when there's a 7 handle on the Dow. You don't want to be buying in when there's a 9 in front of it, 9,000. You want to be looking in the 7s to try to do something.
Okay, so we're there this morning. About 7,914 is where the Dow is right now. Doug, someone's making money in this market. Are you making money?
Yeah, in pieces, in parts of your portfolio. If you have some things that might have been shorting some areas, yeah, and it gets back to if you recognize that we're in this massive trading range, you can do things like add to equities when you're a little lower, and then maybe do some shorting or get out when you're a little higher.
In this type of scenario right now, is this when you see a morning like this, do you think in your head, okay, at open, I'm going to be buying?
Yeah, we have sort of two things that we're trying to do. We're trying to either bring in some exit some people out of equities. Now would not be the time to do that if you want to do that.
Right.
You want to do it when you're seeing a 9 in there. And there are other people who that do have money to invest and want to get it in. So when do you want to get it in? Yeah, these are the times when you want to start getting some of that in. So I wouldn't say put it all in today, but it's certainly an opportunity to do something.
Now, you mentioned the 7, you've mentioned the 9, but is 8 kind of a purgatory range where you just sit there with on the sidelines?
Yeah, I think, well, the range sort of tightened recently to between 8,000 and 9,000. We think it's a bigger range of 7,500 to 9,500. So those are key points for us. It seems like we touched 7,500 a couple of times intraday, but never hit through it. If we do that, I'm a little more concerned.
Really quick here, Doug. We only have about 20 seconds or so. What is any sectors that have surprised you recently on the upside?
Well, the financials 2 days ago being up over 10%, but in anticipation of some of that money coming through. But of course, then yesterday they gave most, if not all of it back.
They did, and we're going to be watching them again with G Capital. Doug, thank you very much for that. More than $1 billion in losses for Capital One. That and your other stocks on your radar when Fox Business Morning continues.